Yo, welcome to Trippy Commentaries and our 2014 Survivor Series recap. Vince McMahon told us that it would be unforgettable. He was right. Why? Because we had the return of Sting. We certainly have a lot to get to. But first, there was a fatal four-way tag team match. Certainly an odd one. We'll break it down for you guys. I'm RJ here with Raspo.
How's it going, guys?
Retro Brett.
Wow, what an epic pay-per-view.
I'll say. Also, K-Mac is here to enlighten us on what he thought of tonight.
Awesome ending.
We have a lot to get to, as I said, so let's not waste any more time, guys. Fatal four-way tag team match. Raspo, I know you kind of questioned this match heading in. Just before we get to, of course, the antics that went down here, it was The Miz and Damien Sandow, of course now going as Damien Mizdow.
Yep.
Goldust and Stardust, the reigning champs.
Dust Bros.
The Usos and Los Matadores, all against one another, but there was something strange about this match, Raspo. It was only it was basically two men in the ring at one time. What the hell?
Like I said on our preview of this match, I questioned what would actually happen here. Would there be four people in the ring at a time, four wrestlers? The answer to that question is no. They kept it just two people in the ring. It doesn't make sense. Why would you have an adversary tagging an adversary? Why would you tag your enemy to help you? Your enemy could come in and just, hit you with a cheap shot on the way out.
Well, they could tag themselves in, though, too. If you got too close to them, they could tag themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
I would rather...
It's kind of crazy, but...
It'd have been better to see four guys in there going at it.
I'm with you, Kyle.
What'd you think about that, Retro Brett?
Well, obviously, I didn't like it because how was that any different than a regular Fatal 4-Way, which all four members battle at the same time? I don't get it, but I guess the powers that be do, because that's what we got. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, I picked this match wrong.
You had the Usos winning along with FPS Kyle. I had a pretty good feeling that The Miz and his partner there were probably going to get a new title.
As did I.
They lost the international or the intercontinental title belt. Now they have a new belt. This time it's both of them who get one. We were correct. What did you think about the match there, Raspo?
One thing to be noted is that Mizdow's title is not an imitation. It's actually a tag title. It's legitimate. So Mizdow, I don't know, he typically copies Miz, but he's got his own title now, man.
But I have a prediction. I mean, I think Miz, the way forward, is going to take all the credit, and he's going to use Mizdow to win matches, but I don't think you're ever going to see a Damien Mizdow carry a title. They're both going to be on the Miz.
Wow.
Now, you don't think there's going to be any beef between the two of them?
Oh, yeah,
for
definitely.
Mizdow.
Definitely.
So it could probably go the opposite direction to where these two actually get some beef and Miz ends up...
I don't know, Kyle. Mizdow's held his role pretty well. I mean, he is the stunt double, and he's taken on his role head on. He's 100% played that role. So,
in reality, this is as popular as he's been in a while.
Yeah, the crowd loves him. So I hope he's. I predict nothing but more popularity for Mizdow.
Oh yes.
Now, before we get into some other matches, we have to talk about two guys who will also be returning, not just the first one. We have Bad News Barrett. Apparently, he has declared that he will take over. It's the era of Bad News Barrett. Also, Roman Reigns had an interview, and he said that he would be back within a month.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Two huge announcements. These are two of my personal wrestlers. Anything you want to add to that? It just sounds like great news all around.
This is awesome, man. I feel, honestly, guys, like WWE is bringing back a feeling for me that I haven't felt in a while, where they got an awesome lineup, an awesome roster of wrestlers all around, and some of the storylines they're just starting to build, and I can foresee these amazing rivalries happening with some of these guys. So I'm excited to see the return of these two.
All I can say is I'm not quite sure about the era of Bad News. I'm not sure how that's going to work out.
Nah.
I don't think he's going to be in a position of authority, but I'm excited to see them both.
Yeah.
But
I'm predicting Seth Rollins here will be feuding with Roman Reigns once he gets back. I think Reigns might have a bone to pick with him. That would be epic. I can't wait till Reigns is back. And
Sure hope-
Bad News Barrett as well.
Sure hope he has a bone to pick with him.
He's got to, right?
Yeah.
A couple of them. Just to announce, we had Team Fox defeat Team Page.
I think we all got it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all picked Team Page.
We
there.
really didn't.
I flipped a coin. I should have picked heads.
No, I went with the
tails.
sexiest
It
team,
failed.
so.
Yeah, damn you.
Let's
Damn you, coin
continue,
tosses.
guys. Let's get to one of the best matches of the night. In fact, I would say that it was the match of the night. Bray Wyatt versus Dean Ambrose. We all were in agreement that it would most likely come down to disqualification because there's so much that needs to unfold with this rivalry. We were correct. Still a great match until the DQ happened, which I'll let you explain what happened there, Raspo. I thought it was a great match and definitely a taste of what's to come.
Well, basically, Dean Ambrose just got carried away, and he started basically showing us what's going to happen in the next pay-per-view, which is TLC, Tables, Ladders, and Chairs.
Yeah.
But Bray Wyatt kind of seemed like he was sacrificing himself.
Yeah, Bray Wyatt wanted, I believe, as he has shown in the past, to get inside somebody's head, to get in Ambrose's head and really make him think, how crazy am I actually? Unfortunately,
Dean Ambrose's head.
I was going to say, unfortunately for Bray, Ambrose is just nuts, and he really doesn't care if he goes off the deep end. He sacrifices himself and his body.
It was pretty weird. Bray Wyatt started crying. I was saying they could have took over the role together, but Ambrose decided differently or something, or
chose his own.
I don't know where that was.
Maybe there's something going
what
on
happened?
that we don't know about.
Yeah, there's something that we don't know
backstory.
about. Some childhood flashbacks or something.
Yeah.
Maybe they could have taken over the world together. Those are two psychopaths.
Should
for
be
sure.
flashbacks
They
from
definitely
Bray
could have.
Wyatt.
Retro Brett, we had a taste
Trippy
of
feelings.
the TLC match. It looks like, I know they already announced it, and definitely they were alluding to it with the chairs that first came out, followed by the table, then a huge ladder. In fact, Dean Ambrose looked like he might have done something crazy if it wasn't for
I think he was trying
all
to.
the refs stopping him. Now, what do you think about this upcoming match that's already been announced? Are you excited after the events we saw tonight?
Oh, who wouldn't be excited? But I think after the match actually ended, I picked Bray Wyatt, by the way. But
Nice.
I think after the match ended, it was just as exciting as the actual match.
Oh, yeah.
Here you got Ambrose piling all this stuff on
Tables, chairs,
on Bray Wyatt,
Ladders.
and definitely alluding to future events. And they actually announced during this pay-per-view that they're going to have a match at TLC.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was an advertisement.
Oh.
That's what the whole ending was for, was to prop it up, whatever.
The
It was
ending,
cool,
but
though.
the match itself, even
Anytime.
though no winner really came out of this, the match itself was absolutely awesome.
Oh, and it's
Great
setting up to
chemistry.
have a huge match.
What'd you think about the blend in styles there, Raspo? You think it worked?
I think it definitely worked. Just to let you guys know, Retro Brett was the only one to get this match right.
Just a quick plug-in.
Just a quick plug in there.
We all knew it was a DQ.
well, yeah,
These-
but I got the right
I predicted actually that, I think you did too, RJ, that there was going to be a disqualification, but I thought it was
doubt.
going to be a Dean Ambrose victory. I thought Bray Wyatt was going to go off the deep end and really just take it over the top to Ambrose, or that the Authority was going to come in or something.
Well,
But you know what? I'm glad it went on the way it did, because now we have this rivalry between these two guys.
Speaking to that, I will say Bray Wyatt seems to be a little bit more in control of himself than Dean Ambrose is.
That's scary.
Jeez.
Definitely.
Just to mention it, Adam
Little bit.
Rose and the
Just a little
Bunny defeated Slater Gator. I
Slater.
definitely saw some
Filler.
team chemistry falling out there between the Bunny and Adam Rose. I
Yeah.
know, say it ain't so, but
Filler match.
looks like there might be a falling out.
Well, I think actually this is going to turn into a little bit of a storyline, a lot more than Adam Rose has been lately. I mean, I think this is actually exciting. I
Who's
want
in
to
the
see
rabbit suit?
I want to see the Bunny kick the shit out of Adam Rose. And by the way, after the match tonight, we saw the Bunny getting taken away with the Exotic Express and leaving Rose in the ring.
Hopefully he's okay.
Dude, I think that's hilarious that, they just up and left Adam Rose. Adam Rose is such a douche sometimes. He just his character...
It's the lollipop.
He's a pretty damn good heel to me, and that was before he was a heel.
Because he's annoying.
But when he was being cheered on by the crowd, and they, the Exotic Express, they do that, his song.
Yeah, whatever.
That annoyed the crap out of me. So
Yeah.
I'm glad to see the bunny kind of take it to him and steal the spotlight.
We'll see what happens next. Nikki Bella defeated AJ Lee. Brie Bella there at ringside. So we have a new Divas Championship, or at least Divas Champ, with Nikki Bella claiming the championship. Pretty crazy stuff. Are you looking forward to anything that's going to come out of this?
Is this the only one that Brett got wrong? Because
Yeah.
I think I got this right. I predicted Nikki to win this
of
one.
course.
Well,
I
we
knew
all
Nikki.
got the Page or the Divas Elimination Battle Royal wrong.
Yeah.
And I got the tag team.
We can always look forward to more makeout sessions.
Oh yes.
Oh,
It was,
Bree getting in
with
AJ's
AJ.
head, and it was a
And
pretty
her
short
mouth.
match.
And her mouth as well.
One of the
Yeah.
highlights of
Yeah,
the map
true.
of the
That's
match.
true too.
Definitely a very interesting turn of events
I
there.
think it's cool, man, to have a Bella as a champ. I mean,
Yeah.
you said it on the last preview, RJ, that you thought it would be cool to see.
Definitely kind of seemed like it was in the makings,
Yeah.
and here's the payoff now.
Yeah.
Team Cena versus Team Authority, guys. It's time to break it down. There was an epic conclusion to the match.
Wow.
But, man, where do we even start? I guess we'll just start off.
First knockout punch. How about that by the show? Just
Yeah.
that was
well,
kind of surprising.
There's a couple of them by the show. Geez, let's start off with, I guess, Dolph Ziggler. He seemed to be an impressive fighter from beginning to end. Of course,
He eliminated
everybody was
3
switching
people.
in and out. It was hard to keep track of it. But, Dolph Ziggler kind of stole the show surprisingly
he should.
because
Yeah,
John Cena, who we all thought would last to the end of the match, he, after some craziness went down, was eliminated. Really hard to keep up with what went down there. Raspo
Dark side.
got crazy.
Well, there was a dark side maneuver.
McGillicuddy,
I
for
know Ziggler, man. He's such a good worker, dude. He went the whole match. He got his ass kicked after the Big Show, who, even though he knocked out Henry, he kind of did a little dark side McGillicuddy and stabbed everybody in the back.
Now we figured
Didn't see
there'd
it
probably
coming.
be a mole
I did
in
not
this,
see
but
that coming.
We did
No,
not.
I didn't.
I don't think any of us
You
had
know-
even
I
thought
think-
that
you know
Big
what?
Show
Maybe Big
was
Show-
going to be the one.
I think maybe Big Show during the match, he had a deal outstanding with Triple H, and he
It
was like,
was-
"We're gonna lose. I'm off. I'm done."
I'm
I
not going
think-
to risk it.
I
Yeah.
think Kyle thought Eric Rowan would be
I
the
thought
one.
Eric Rowan would be the the odd man out.
Rowan
the-
stayed true.
They
Yeah, they did.
proposed an opportunity for Big Show to join the Authority and also get in the Hall of Fame, the first active wrestler to be in the Hall
Wow,
of
I didn't
Fame.
know that.
So, but he denied that a while back, of course. In fact, that was, I think, a week or two back.
And that
So
was-
maybe
might
maybe
not
they had
get in
a
the Hall
different
now.
offer
I think
that
the- I
they
think
said
the
just in
offer
case
is
you
still on
change
the
your
table.
mind.
Probably still on the table.
Will he be an active
Yeah,
Hall
but
of
the
Fame
Authority-
He's
wrestler?
going to go in the Hall of Fame.
Authority has no power
Could be.
anymore.
Well,
Nope.
the Authority always
Oh, that's
wins,
true.
except
Authority's
for tonight,
done.
obviously.
And I don't think Vince is going to honor that.
Nope.
All right, so
Trade it.
nonetheless, even though the Big Show did the backside maneuver to eliminate some of his fellow teammates, John Cena was out. Dolph Ziggler was able to survive, knock out some guys,
3 people.
and it came down to Dolph versus Seth Rollins.
That was a good one-on-one match just by itself.
Yeah, that was amazing. The throws when Seth Rollins threw Ziggler
Couple
twice
times, yeah.
into the turnbuckle, like that was awesome.
I would have powerbombed him there instead of throwing him into the turnbuckle.
I thought it was cool because he's kind of the only one who does that.
Yeah. And just when we thought that, because I got to say, Dolph Ziggler was launching zigzags left and right. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, he
Just
was-
when we thought he was going to win, which would have been unbelievable. Talk about David versus Goliath. It's more like David versus Goliath, and another
Tarzan,
Goliath.
Hercules.
With, of course, the Authority standing by. Looked like it was going to be a 3 count. All of a sudden, the ref went flying out. Of course, Triple H was the one who grabbed him, launched him out. And then Triple H just got out of control here, Raspo. He was beating down Dolph Ziggler.
He beat 2-3 referees up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely went the whole 9 yards on him.
And then laid Rollins on top.
Who's gonna keep him in check though?
The only thing he didn't do is bring out the sledgehammer.
I was actually waiting for it.
I was waiting for it too.
Yeah. Well, he had it. He did everything he needed to do. He had Seth Rollins put his arm over top of him, was waiting for the ref to come in, but
Until
3 counts. And then he could have got that 3 count, but for some reason, the dimming of the lights and a theme song
I think Vince
paused him.
Vince put the
kibosh.
I don't know who was in charge of who came out. Maybe it was him himself.
I think only Vince
who
has
we're
the
talking
power
about.
to do that.
Does someone have control over Sting? I don't know, K-Mac, because Sting came out. He knocked out Triple H after a stare down.
Wow.
And Sting was in control of the match.
Yep.
He rolled Dolph over Seth, who was lying there looking like a dead carcass.
Ref comes
3
in.
count for the victory after a ref does come out. Must have been like the 5th backup ref at that point. And ladies and gentlemen, Team Cena is victorious thanks to Sting. So Team Cena, who is on the edge of getting fired, is now saved. Team Authority, they have their own problems. Stephanie and Triple H are out. Retro, the Authority lost, buddy.
I think we're all in agreement that we think Sting might replace the Authority as the Authority. I think we all agree on that, right?
That's the first thing I thought. As soon as he came out, I was like, because we were wondering, we were thinking, okay, realistic chance that the Authority loses, because there was some stipulation changes at the beginning where we were kind of going into the night saying, man, Team Cena's definitely got to win. All of a sudden, they changed some things to where Cena now wasn't going to get fired, and so we were like, okay, now maybe it's more of a coin flip. But if the Authority loses, who is in control? Is it Vince McMahon? Is it Cena? Who could it be? As soon as Sting came out, I think we all knew that this would be an epic guy to become the Authority.
Yep.
Do you think that's a possibility, Raspo?
Well, I think that I think that he's gonna probably just keep the name Sting and not necessarily become a new Authority. And at the same time, this is perfect. Sting is, as we checked, he's about 55 years old, I think.
About that.
Still looks great.
And he beat the crap out of Triple H, so obviously he's still badass enough to handle business.
Devastating slam.
And if he didn't even have his baseball batter flying from the rafters, so it's like...
Hey, he's known as the franchise.
Dude, Sting is awesome. He's perfect for WWE right now, and this is what I really meant earlier when I said WWE is bringing back a feeling for me of nostalgia and some sort of great feeling that I'm really happy right now that Sting is back, man.
Oh,
it's awesome.
We are all shocked here. That was a very surprising turn of events. None of us predicted that Sting would return, and it's great when the WWE surprises us on this level.
Yeah.
Shocking. Now, K-Mac, we have Stephanie and Triple H gone here. I mean, are you happy about that? It's going to get crazy here heading towards the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I'm glad. And I kind of had a vibe from the very beginning that Vince McMahon had this all set up from the get-go, because he comes out, throws in the new stipulations that only John Cena is the guy that can let both of them back into power in the WWE. So
yeah,
throws that stipulation in there, and then he knows at the end, and he's like, I have so much confidence in you guys. I know you're going to win. Well, no, he knew he was going to cut him out, get him out of there, take back over, and kind of right the ship a little bit and bring in, apparently he had his idea to bring in Sting, and he let him be the guy to bring the WWE back.
Yeah. So it is good for business. Can we all align on that?
That's what
it is good. It is what's best.
We could tell Vince McMahon was a little bit annoyed with his daughter and Triple H.
Yeah,
the chance
kind of seemed like he wanted him out. Yeah. So Kyle's what he's saying is probably pretty truthful.
You know what? Will we see tomorrow on Raw Vince McMahon publicly fire Triple H and stuff?
Oh, that's a great question.
His own daughter, his own blood.
That's a great.
Probably to Triple H. Probably to Triple H.
Certainly there's a lot to get to here now that we have the Authority out of power. Sting is back. The long-awaited return of Sting is here.
Triple H is gone.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
this is crazy
Bye-bye
stuff. We definitely can't wait to watch Raw tomorrow. We'll bring you our instant reactions on the current events. Retro Brett, all in all, what do you think?
Well, I agree with Raspo. We were talking, and we were like, this kind of sucks. This pay-per-view kind of sucks. But it picked up tremendously when Sting came out. That made the pay-per-view right there. And I do have a question. How long was Dolph Ziggler and another guy, Seth Rollins, out? Like, when Sting came out, they had to be out for like
at least 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's like, really?
Yeah, they were chilling, that's
They
for
were
sure.
fucked up, man.
Thank you guys for joining us for our Survivor Series recap. Sting is back. It's definitely unforgettable. Let us know what you guys think of Survivor Series. And we have tables, ladders, and chairs upcoming. That's going to come pretty quick. So
Yeah, actually, what is it, the middle of next month?
yeah, December 14th, I think it said
The
something
Ides
like
on
that.
Epic Bray Wyatt
Yeah.
versus Dean Ambrose matchup.
Yep.
You know it's gonna
Feeling
be
that.
crazy.
Feeling that.
Somebody might get hurt.
And I'm sure Sting will be involved. That's
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure. Once again, drop your comments. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. I'm RJ for Raspo,
See ya.
Retro Brett,
See you later.
K-Mac.
Holla.
Stay trippy, guys. Stay tuned. We'll see you on the flip side.